Hello everyone, Lord.agion here with another Goo Replay. Yeah, when I got done casting this one and actually started casting the next one, I realized I forgot to actually turn on my mic. So I'm sort of actually like voicing over my previous recording. I'm not really in the mood for trying to pull it back up and starting from scratch. I'm just going to do what I have. The two Goo players are Galdor, the purplish color one, and the blue color one is Fariko.liquid. I can see here there's a Drover versus Drover action. The blue Goo player is sending in some Striders to deal some harassment, though he is only on one Mother Goo. The Gladio, the purple Goo player, currently only does have two, but he has no outstanding army to protect him. He's placing his Goos on top of the high ground, trying to keep it away from the dogs underneath. Does spawn in 4 Drovers in the back. However, there are 2 Radiants coming up. Radiants will be able to spot the high ground, and he got a volley off. He's trying to get his Mother Goos in. The southern Mother Goo is trying to come in for a flank. It does get some catalyst. The other one doesn't have much catalyst. And it's sort of interesting watching myself, even though there's no voice. I'm trying to see what I'm talking about. He's trying to dance around the mountain. He thinks he's safe, but the Radiants are seeing him over the cover. A couple more Striders are coming in, and this Mother Goo is withstanding quite a bit of fire. There's 4 more Drovers. And really, do I really make that many circles with my mouse? It's interesting casting a replay like this. And forgetting to add in the voice. He's trying to go sneak around. The Radiants do not have bush vision, so he's trying to poke around. Does see the Mother Goo did get out. There are 8 Drovers. Mother Goo's trying to take some fire while the Drovers come in. The Drovers, one of them almost goes down. He has like 1 health left. The Drovers coming in, they're getting some nice splash damage, but now they're sort of splitting their fire. A lot of these Striders have very little health. One has 5, one has 10 health. And I'm surprised I actually do that much circles with my mouse. I never realized it did that so much. We got a small protein, does kill one of the Striders, almost gets a kill on another, but he switched targets too soon. Does kill off both of those low health ones either way. Drovers are running forward. Doesn't get any more of those Striders. One of them has 22, the other one has 12 health. And he has a band in the center area. One goes straight to the right, one goes to down south. The other Goo player, Fariko.liquid, still is on one Mother Goo, so he's actually behind on economy. Though the other the Mother Goos for Glado, it still doesn't have much refining. Galdor, I mean, not Gladder. Think about Gladys tanks, and apparently I've been saying that wrong by somebody, I forget who. But I'm at the point I don't really care. Scimitar, and I was saying Skitchmars before, but Scimitar is pretty different. The other ones are just very similar, something I can't really break out of habit. Doesn't have a Radiant, so you cannot see that Mother Goo on the mountain. Though it is not refining, it's sort of trap. I don't think you can get down the pathway in the south. He could. I'm not sure if he actually passed right there, but he probably can't. Got 8 Drovers here versus the 5 Striders in total. One is split off. It will be engaged at this moment. One of the Drovers did split off, it looks like, or just took weird pathing. Currently, Falkior does have 2 Mother Goos now. Sorry about that, I had a bit of a cough. I'm a bit sick at the moment. He did see the Striders for a moment and then withdraw, and he's getting some really nice positioning. The Drovers just pull up around the corner and say, surprise! And he's going to run down these Striders. He tried to do a bit of stutter step micro, but they get killed off with doing very little damage in return. There's about a baker's dozen of Drovers there, it looks like. And I really wish I knew what I was talking at this moment. I don't remember. He does have 4 Mother Goos, which is the 2 in the center. One small protein, perhaps going to turn into Radiance for Scouts, because he doesn't have any other resources to make some more. So the only thing good that small protein's good for is scouting. Around this moment, I should start do a fast forward. Here you go. This is where I start fast forwarding. Fast forwards to a very good spot. You see there's 1 radiant right there, and the Drovers take it out. You see another radiant on the right side. So that small protein did turn into a couple of radiants. They were sent out to scout. Looks like he's going to send out a bit of his hit force of Striders and Drovers. Currently it is 8 Mother Goos versus 4, but there is no outstanding army for the northern Goo player. With a couple of radiants and plus that Drover there, he can see above on the high ground. So now would be a good time to start harassing. Now there's some reinforcing small proteins, perhaps going to turn some more Drovers. They do have a very good ambush position. A couple of those Drovers are just hanging out. He's bringing them in to prevent them from being hit. Those 2 outer ones don't really matter much. There is also that Mother Goo there, so if he starts walking forward, he'd be walking forward into a wall of goo. I think that was the proper term I mentioned, but I don't even know if that's actually a proper term since it's goo on nanobots. I'm not sure. He does see those Drovers, and instantly he starts marching forward. He pulls back. He looks like he does have inferior force. He is sort of like cutting him off a little bit, so he is gaining some ground. He is, of course, Striders, the Drovers behind the Striders are being slowed down. He does lose a couple units there, but there's another hit force up here with a couple radiants. So as you can see here, this Mother Goo is trying to get up top of this ledge, but with the radiants there, he can't see up there. Trying to get some maintain his distance, but that Mother Goo will go down. Also gets a small protein along with it. It's down to its last 300 health now. Oh, it doesn't go down. He managed to escape. The incoming small proteins. The small proteins are coming. One of them does go down. I think maybe 2. And all of those small proteins go down, and all of a sudden they just turn into Drovers within the inside, actually pushing by the units, preventing any additional splash damage, honestly. So it was actually best for him to... Probably would have been better to split up those small proteins and squeeze them into a location instead of spreading them out. That is a Mother Goo of Galdor. He actually brought it up from the center, and now it's actually right there. He does have a couple of Striders. Does catch off one of the Striders with his Mother Goo. He's going to run back, and these Drovers are running straight into a bush, and the Mother Goo comes out and ambushes and gets them all. And of course that last Strider does also. We're also getting another hit force along the right. A wave of small proteins are coming out for Falkior. Those Drovers, they could push around, hit that Mother Goo. The problem is, he has to make sure not have the rear Drovers push the frontal ones into the goo. What I'm saying is they can push each other around. Splitting up the Drovers, if he falls back, he didn't want to take any additional losses. Turns into a bunch of Striders. Some more Striders. And more. Well, actually, those are his Galdor Striders. Galdor's army is split up in two areas, one with Drovers, one with Striders. The Drovers trying to focus down one group and then probably going to try to head for the other. But he was actually, as you can see there, he was actually surrounded one Strider, which prevents any additional splash damage to the other, so that was actually a bad move on his part. These Striders are, and actually a couple Radiants, coming forward. You're going to see Mother Goo versus Mother Goo. Since they engage, they are slowing down each other, preventing any escape. The one with more health will lose since it does not have any other support. Makes a small protein, turns into a couple Striders. One of the Striders was made into the Mother Goo, and the other Strider does get taken, was destroyed. Got another Mother Goo there. I don't know why I was pointing that out. Got some small proteins coming in. Actually, those are his. Another wave of small proteins for Falkio. I really wish I knew what I was talking at this moment. Looks like it's going to be Strider versus Strider. Of course, Falkios are just freshly formed, so they have half health. We are seeing some small protein versus small proteins. Looks like that Mother Goo was able to defend itself from whatever attack it was. Currently, as you can see in the top right, there are 5 Mother Goos to 7. And that small protein was destroyed before it could make any units or morph into any units. There's some amount of units there. The Mother Goo and small protein was able to handle it. As you can see on the left side, the Falkio has expanded down towards, well, on the left side I should say, and on the right side. So he's maintaining his expansion while Galdor is trying to maintain aggression. Both are possible strategies, but of course economic strategy is better in the long term, assuming he can maintain it. Looks like he's going to focus on these rocks to get that small amount of Striders into along with his other forces Striders. Looks like we're going to see an engagement. The 2 Striders and Radiants are marching forward. He's actually falling back towards the Mother Goo. Mother Goo is trying to move forward. And it looks like some Mother Goo versus Mother Goo fight. Of course, the one with less health will lose, and plus less fire support along with it. And those Striders are being cleaned up. Another Mother Goo's coming in, but it won't be so lucky. It is down to 0 health as I clicked on it. These Crescents are applying a very good amount of damage. firing one shot, getting the rear ones. Perhaps he should run to that cliff side, but there is a radiant there, so probably won't do that well. Still get quite a bit of units in that last shot. And that's actually a large protein, not a small protein. Or Mother Goo, I should say. Large proteins and Mother Goos are about the same size, in my opinion, in how they look. The superior number of Striders and plus the superior number of Drovers and the small protein was able to clean up that small force. As you can see, Falkior still has quite a bit of production with maintaining that left side and that right side. He has quite a bit of economy. Now these large proteins, they do have 6 armor, so they are actually have a pretty good amount of armor for a unit. So if a Mother Goo who does 8 melee damage, that was a bit of a waste of a Dweller. What was that, 1 Drover or something like that? The amount of... So if a Mother Goo or something else would engage it, like it was been saying Mother Goo or Mother Goo fights, the large proteins will win out with their much heavier armor. Mother Goos have 0 weapon penetration and do 8 damage, so they only do actually 2 damage per hit with the large protein. We are seeing another Mother Goo versus Mother Goo fight. There's a couple of small proteins in that mix. The small proteins did die. The Mother Goo should have continued engaging the other Mother Goo since it would have won out. And with these large proteins, he's sending Mother Goos against the large proteins, but that's actually really bad idea. With the superior armor of the large proteins, he just sending them out to the slaughter. Yes, large proteins can be a combat unit, as you can see by here. A large protein has up to 350 health, which it also has 6, so it can withstand 4 times the amount of fire from Mother Goo, so it's equivalent to, and of course some Dwellers never hurt. So with so they can withstand 4 times the amount of health than Mother Goo. So the Mother Goo versus large protein, the Mother Goo must have 1400 health to be equal to a large protein. 1400 health. Well, this is Lord.agion saying thank you for watching and signing off.